Ryan Blaney hasn't had the greatest start to the 2023 NASCAR season, both on and off the track. He managed an 8th place finish at Daytona, but hasn't finished in the top 10 in the last 2 races. Add in the mix that Fox had him as a guest analyst in the Xfinity broadcast booth, and for the 2nd year in a row, embarrassed him by leaving him off the Cup Series promo. This week, after finishing 13th at Las Vegas, Kyle Petty took direct aim at the Team Penske driver during the NBC on NASCAR podcast, where he compared him to Kasey Kahne and said the 29-year-old hasn't lived up to his potential. Ryan Blaney, following in the footsteps of his father Dave, introduced himself to NASCAR in 2012 with Brad Keselowski racing in the Truck Series when he won at Iowa while running a part-time schedule. The next 2 years, he ran full-time in the trucks and earned a couple more wins. After driving a limited Cup schedule in 2015, the driver ran his first full-time Cup season in 2016 with the Wood brothers, where he recorded 9 top 10s and finished a respectable 20th in the standings. A year later, he grabbed his first Cup win at Pocono. Since 2018, Blaney has called Team Penske home and has been a model of consistency, finishing inside the top 10 in the final standings each year. 2 years ago, he had what many considered a breakout season in his career, recording his first multi-win season with victories at Atlanta, Michigan, and Daytona. He scored a career-best 7th in the points standings. Last year, the first in the next-gen car, many thought it would be a banner year for the Penske driver. Blaney showed early on his ability to adapt to the new car, scoring 4 top 5s in the season's first 10 races. Unfortunately, that became a trend throughout the 2022 campaign. Strong runs and good finishes, but never any trips to victory lane. Although to be fair, he did win the All-Star race. For the year, he earned 17 top 10s, 12 top 5s, and led an impressive 636 laps. He finished 8th in the point standings. This year, Blaney finished 8th in the season opener at Daytona and 26th at Auto Club Speedway after he was involved in a massive pileup on a restart that took out multiple cars. On Sunday at Las Vegas, Blaney started 3rd after a strong qualifying effort, but the number 12, like all the Fords, struggled on the 1.5-mile track. When it was over, he had battled through gremlins and vibrations to finish 13th. Kyle Petty is an analyst for NBC's NASCAR coverage during the second half of the season, but has opinions 365 days a year. Last year, he was quite outspoken on numerous occasions, including offering up harsh criticism of Bubba Wallace following his incident at Las Vegas with Kyle Larson, as well as not sugarcoating his thoughts on Kyle Busch and his free agency situation. This week on the NASCAR on NBC podcast, Petty fired off his first shots of the 2023 campaign, taking direct aim at Blaney.
I look at the Fords, and I look at Penske, and I look at Joey and Ryan Blaney, and for me, and I'm gonna be honest, man, Ryan Blaney is the new Kasey Kahne, potential unfulfilled. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody wants to talk about what he can do, but he never does anything. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, he just never gets past that hump.
Comparing Blaney to Kahne is an interesting choice by Petty. In his 14 full-time seasons, Kahne won 18 times, including 5 years with multiple wins. While the 2012 season was his best from a final point standing perspective, it was the 2006 season that most remember, as the number 9 car made its way to victory lane 6 times. He followed that up by winning twice a year in 2008, 2009, 2012, and 2013, those last 2 years with Hendrick Motorsports. Kahne didn't live up to the hype at HMS, winning just twice in his final 4 years with the organization. When taking a closer look at the two drivers' overall career numbers, there's one statistic that is telling. In his 15 seasons, Kahne only had 4 seasons where he recorded double digits in top 5s. Blaney has done that the last 4 years in a row. While those haven't necessarily translated into wins for the number 12 team, the old saying holds true. You can't win if you're not in contention. Blaney has proven he can drive up to the front and stay there, even after overcoming numerous mistakes by his pit crew, which has been a theme the last couple of years. So Petty suggesting Blaney has not fulfilled his potential appears to be a little bit premature. Now, if he doesn't take home any trophies this season or next, the questions will grow louder, and deservedly so. However, based on how consistently the number 12 driver has performed in recent years, it's hard not to imagine him making more trips to victory lane in the very near future. If it doesn't happen, you can be sure Petty will let him know about it.